There's been about 5 times during this episode so far where I wanted to restart.
What do you mean?
We're already 30 minutes in, so I don't think we can do that.
Well, welcome back to Logline. That was an intro where I just banged my silly little mic cage. Hi.
We're back. Do that more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
ooh,
man.
Ooh.
This one's really broken.
Well, I don't think they're broken. I think that's intentional. I think the mics are just really heavy. I think they're not built. They're not built. Built for these mics. Anyways, hi. We're back, and we're gonna make some movies. Great. Go.
Yeah, so first episode, we had that one website that unfortunately died.
Too much traffic.
Second, we had that piece of paper that's now gone in the abysses of a different dumpster somewhere. So we've now had to find a different website. We searched for about 2 minutes, and we found this one.
Yeah.
On writing exercises.
Hold on. Would you have wanted to search for longer than 2 minutes?
I think it's kind of funny to go with the second one that we find.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think we should search?
No.
Okay. I'd love to hear it.
Well, I mean, you put so much emphasis on the 2 minutes. I was just...
Oh, yeah.
It sounded like you were kind of mad at me that we only...
Oh, no. I don't care. I think it would be funny to use something that we have no idea how it actually works.
Interesting. Okay.
So we're on this website called writingexercises.co.uk.
Whoa, that's a free shout out.
You can advertise with us if you want.
They're going to send us a takedown request for the randomly generated plot.
For this thing that gets so much traffic.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
So we have 6 buttons here. Main character, character 2, setting, situation, theme, and character action.
That's right.
We can click each of these, and it changes an element of the story.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a log line, but it is funny.
It is funny, and we can make a log line out of it.
Yeah, so, main character.
So we have a main character. Okay. No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm good?
Yeah, great. Go ahead.
A woman in her late 20s who can be quite stubborn.
Okay.
Let's add a situation here.
Okay.
Someone is driven out of their home.
All right.
This woman she's very stubborn, but something makes her leave her home.
Well, it says someone. Is it the woman?
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be the woman. Someone is driven out of their home because of this woman's stubbornness who is in her late 20s.
Your character offers to lend a helping hand.
Okay. So we have a woman who's in her late 20s. Very stubborn.
Yeah.
And she drives someone out of their home. Now, you could take that in a lot of different ways.
Can we take it in a literal sense?
You want to take it literally, okay.
So she has a car inside somebody else's house.
Right.
She drives them outside.
Out of their home. Yeah. No, that checks out. Great. I'm glad we got that one cleared up. Your character offers to lend a helping hand. So they're offering
to drive them
out of their home. That's fantastic. That's great. So this is like the first part of the story. This is what really sets us up. Now, Julian... I talked to you.
On an adventure.
I talked to you a little bit before the podcast, and I came in today and I said, "Can we integrate dungarees?"
I still don't know what dungarees are
into the story. I don't either. I heard it in a song, and I want to integrate dungarees and possibly wizards in some fashion.
I don't know what to say to that. Oh, this is the first image that comes up when I search dungarees.
Okay.
It's a woman with these pants on that make her look like a pyramid.
Holy moly. All right, so audio listeners, which is probably all of you, dungarees, at least the very first... Are you sure that those are the exact...
I
look at these other pictures.
I don't know. Dungarees. Well, there's a website, dungarees.com.
Okay. Is it just like workwear?
I think that's
just go
just
like
the
just
website name.
You looked up dungarees. Just go images. Yeah.
Oh, are they a type of overall?
They're like overalls.
Oh, these are kind of stylish.
Uh-oh. Did I just get Julian into dungarees?
Oh, man. I might be getting into dungaree.
All right.
Maybe they're driving to the dungaree store.
The dungaree store, the dungaree outlet.
The fabled dungaree store. Can it be, like, post-apocalyptic? Well, you said wizards.
Mm-hmm. Wizards can be post-apocalyptic. Define wizard.
Very, very old person.
Yeah.
Lots of hair.
Yeah.
Funny.
Okay.
Very
Right.
nice.
Okay.
It might be your grandpa.
It could be.
To me, wizard is synonymous with grandpa.
Interesting. Well, when you mentioned post-apocalyptic, I was going to take it like a different route of, you know how in a lot of apocalypse settings, there's always that trope of like the people who are like tweakers, and they just like kill people and like get high every day and then just like die at some point. They're basically zombies, but actually people.
Right.
If you think about it, to them, they are a wizard.
Because they're old?
No, because when they take whatever thing they're taking, I don't know what it would be, they feel like they have magical powers.
Do they really?
Well, does that matter? Is that important?
The point that matters is that they think they're wizards?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a meth wizard.
A meth wizard.
A mythizard.
Mythizard.
Or just a mizzard. That sounds like something to do with a
like
lizard.
Like a Skyrim character. So is this Mizzard?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they don't have to be on meth. They could be like LSD or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I like how the point of this is to like take something randomly generated.
Yeah.
But now we're just throwing like, let's make it post-apocalyptic.
Well,
let's make it
because when you think about it, we are the random generator.
That is, yeah. I mean, how do you...
What is truly random?
I don't think anything.
Editor, enter the, or put in the Vsauce, like brown.
Oh, the music,
yeah.
I mean, how do you...
What is truly random?
Next second you're talking about, like...
That'd be a funny bit.
How your mom might actually be the Pope.
Yeah.
And he'll be talking about, like, what's the best kind of bread. And he's adamant, like, for rye bread.
No, we don't have to go with the meth wizard idea. I just thought, you know...
What's the drug that's most like, anti-wizard?
Anti-wizard?
Like, because I think the contrast there would make it good.
Right. What's the drug that makes you feel the least like a wizard?
I feel like maybe just alcohol.
It might
like a wizard
be.
who gets really drunk.
Yeah, because you don't... Because if you're thinking about basically any hallucinogenic would make you feel like a wizard.
Yeah. Because you're convinced you can do supernatural things.
Right. Whereas something like alcohol, which after like a few drinks just makes you really uncoordinated and feel gross. Yeah, I guess. So, and I guess, you know, in a post-apocalyptic world, first of all, where are they going to get meth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, it's not like it's sold in every grocery store across the world.
Well, it's not now. But it's not in the apocalypse either.
Oh, yeah.
So, great. I'm glad we established that.
Yeah.
So, he's just an alcoholic.
Dizzard.
Dizzard, a drunk wizard. He's the Dizzard, okay. And that's the name he goes by.
I feel like he's got to look really cool if he's called the Dizzard.
The Dizzard, yeah. He could be like a badass, like, biker or some shit.
I'm the Dizzard, and this is my bike.
Yeah. And he's
he's the one that drives... Oh, no, because it's a woman in her late 20s who drives the person out of their home. I was thinking maybe the Dizzard drives the person out of... It only says someone is
It
driven out of
does
their
say
home.
someone.
Fuck! Okay. So the Dizzard... the Dizzard on his bike. I'm assuming
Right.
it's like a motorcycle, not like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Like a bicycle or a tricycle or a other
not
kind of
not
bike.
a not a
Bicycle.
yellow mongoose bike
Yeah.
from Walmart.
Single gear.
Single gear.
So he
yeah.
comes in on his... I
It
don't know
only
anything
has
about-
brakes for the back wheel.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the front.
Yeah. You have to pedal backwards.
Yeah. You have to pedal backwards.
But when he drives the person out of their home, like they're in the way because it doesn't have spokes. You
Yeah.
know? So it's not made for two people, so they gotta ride on his back. And it's hard enough for him to pedal forwards, but when he tries to pedal backwards,
Yeah.
like he can't do it because
can't
this
do it.
person's on his back, and it's like it's hard to move his legs like that.
Yeah. So the Dizzard, which almost sounds like something Snoop Dogg would come up with. The Dizzity Dizzard.
Snoop Dizzard.
Snoop Dizzard. Okay, so Snoop Dizzard helps.
Did we just accidentally cast?
We just casted our Dizzard.
Oh no.
It's Snoop Dizzard. And so someone is driven out of their home. So the Snoop Dizzard drives whoever this is quite literally out of their home. Now, who is this someone?
I think we should click another one of the boxes on this
Okay.
website to
Deal.
get a theme, and
Right.
then we can kind of build the protagonist
Right,
around
okay.
what this movie is actually about. It's a story about loneliness.
Story about loneliness. Interesting. So, maybe this someone in the post-apocalypse has not left their house in a long time.
Because everybody's dead. And a lot of people are dead anyway.
Because a lot of people are dead. Or, conversely, this person is like a lone wolf, you know?
Because they're stubborn. They're set in their ways of being
So, wait,
alone.
is the woman the someone?
I think so.
Okay.
Because the woman's the main character.
Right. So the woman is the someone
Yeah.
who is driven out of their home.
By
So, okay.
Snoop Dizzard.
By Snoop Dizzard.
On his bicycle.
Yeah. And it
His yellow
plays
mongoose.
like as he's driving, but only while he's driving because it can't do it otherwise. It plays like West Coast like rap beats, and then he's like freestyling like on the bike.
So she perpetually, like, she continues to feel lonely because all Snoop Dizzard ever does when he's around her, he's rapping. He's
Yeah.
freestyling
Yeah.
over everything, like, whenever they're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this can be like a dual protagonist story where we show the stories of both the woman who we have yet to name
Yeah.
and Snoop Dizzard who we have fleshed out very very heavily. And you know, maybe for the first part of the film, they kind of lead like these separate stories, and then at some point their paths cross, and then we continue the film
Yeah.
with them together. So I'm
like
thinking this woman is quite stubborn, and that for some reason she won't leave her home. Now, home doesn't have to be a 2-story, 3-bedroom, middle-class PVC house.
It is post-apocalyptic.
It is post-apocalyptic. So her home could quite literally be like a camp that she's in,
Yeah.
or I don't know, like a tree house
Yeah.
or something. I don't know how you drive out of a tree house, but you could.
And loneliness doesn't have to mean you're actually alone.
Yeah.
Because loneliness is a feeling. Maybe
Correct.
she's like living with people in like
Yeah.
a camp, you know, out in the woods, but like she feels lonely.
So they got a little camp set up. Woman has a camp set up.
Woman. Woman.
Because we don't have a name yet. So woman
Yeah.
has a camp set up. She's in her late 20s, by the way.
Quite stubborn.
And she's quite stubborn.
Oh, she can be quite stubborn. Maybe not all the time. But
Right. So, but maybe her thing is that she's really stubborn and she's really lonely within her camp and doesn't really get along with anybody in the camp. But, you know, she has to, like, do her part. She has to go out and get stuff and whatever. But she feels like, you know, her life has no purpose. She's sort of has that longing.
She probably has this sad backstory about how, like, her family died in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Maybe they were maybe her husband owned a dungaree factory.
I forgot about the dungarees.
Yeah, you can't forget about the dungarees.
Okay. Hear me out, right?
All right.
Ding, 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 idea bell. All right?
There it is.
Her husband, or her family maybe, owned this dungaree factory. But it is now post-apocalypse, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
But she lives in the dungaree factory.
Mm.
Right? So she lives in like...
she has a connection to it. She doesn't want to leave.
Exactly. She doesn't want to leave.
Right.
But also, because in the post-apocalypse, there's a lot of high-quality clothes there that she, like, sells to other people.
So there's still a market in this post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think in any post-apocalyptic, as long as there's other people around, you're going to want to trade something that other people have that you don't.
That's true.
Right? So I think she trades these high-quality clothes, these dungarees. So everybody's walking around with no shirt, no underwear, no socks, no shoes, dungarees.
Yeah. So does everybody love her?
I don't know if everybody loves her.
I mean, everybody loves her dungarees.
Everybody... Well, I don't know if they love the dungarees either. I think that's just the only clothes available.
That's the only... Oh, okay.
Or at least the only ones that won't, disintegrate.
What kind of apocalypse was this? Did, like, all the clothing except for dungarees on planet Earth just,
no, think about it. So we looked up dungarees, and it looks like they're more like outdoorsy, like survival-y clothes. Maybe not survival-y, but certainly outdoorsy. They're like thicker materials, a bit more durable. I'm saying, maybe we're like 10 years in, and your Itchy and Scratchy t-shirt, that shit's like barely wearable. Gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the acrylic on it is just gone.
Yeah.
Like, you've washed it one too many times in the river.
Well, exactly. So I think these dungarees are kind of like, you buy them knowing that they're going to last you a really long time.
Even though you could die any day.
But like, you're not going to assume you're going to die any day.
Right, yeah. Not when you got a sweet pair of dungarees.
Exactly. Or, okay, alternate reality here. We're this is like, we're creating the multiverse right now.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Alternate reality. There's a clan based around the dungarees.
The dungaree clan.
The dungaree clan. And they wear the dungarees, and so if you see one of these hillbilly motherfuckers walking around with no pants, no shoes, no shirt, dungarees, you'll be like, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Oh, so the dungarees...
It's the dungaree clan.
The dungaree clan is trouble.
Yeah. And she's part of the dungaree clan. But...
Right.
We can make it a long-lost lover story.
This is so Snoop Dizzard.
So Snoop Dizzard, who is like an outsider, like an edgy outsider with his bike that plays West Coast beats that he freestyles to.
Yeah.
Comes into the dungaree camp one day because they still do a little trading, maybe not of the dungarees, but of just stuff. He comes into the camp one day. He's like, "Hey yo, I'm Snoop Dizzy Dizzard." And the woman is like, "Okay." And he's like...
I'd love it if that was the actual dialogue in the movie. Like, he comes up, "Hey, I'm Snoop Dizzy Dizzard." Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So he comes into the camp, and I don't know, like... I don't know if he necessarily woos her, but maybe... Ooh, well, because he has to drive her out of her home, maybe...
There's an attacking clan.
Yes. And he's saving her.
Maybe she doesn't exactly want to be saved. Maybe she wants to stay and fight to defend her dungaree thing. But
as
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard knows that there's no hope.
As J. Cole once said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Did he say that?
He did.
Oh. Yeah, I don't listen to J. Cole. So.
Well, he did say that, and it's
you.
relevant because that's like what Snoop Dizzy Dizzard would be like. You know,
he'd be going against that.
Yeah.
She don't want to be saved, but what does he do?
He has to save her.
Does he save her using magic? Like, what kind of wizard? Well, he's a drunk wizard.
Yeah.
But also...
It's the magic of 40 proof alcohol. I don't know.
So maybe he's... And we could always change which drug it is.
Yeah, although I do think alcohol is very dynamic because alcohol also has uses in medicine.
Mm. So he has, on the sides of his bike...
Yeah.
Like, just bags full of alcohol.
Yeah, that he's purified. That's what he does in his own time.
Yeah.
He collects and purifies alcohol into like almost pure like
he has like
ethanol
190
or some shit.
He has like 190 proof alcohol just like all over his bike.
Shit. So maybe the reason he's a wizard is because he's a doctor. Because doctors are wizards.
So here's an interesting story for Snoop Dizzy Dizzard.
Right.
So he was once a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
But when the apocalypse came, he hoarded a bunch of medical supplies.
Right.
Which included a bunch of like isopropyl alcohol.
Right.
And then he started getting really drunk all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why he's now drunk.
Was he getting
I don't
drunk
know the wizard part though.
Off the isopropyl alcohol?
Yeah.
Right.
Would that kill you?
That's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah.
That's like drinking hand sanitizer.
Yeah. I've never done it. Have you done it?
I probably like tasted it before, like maybe like not intentionally.
One time I got very unrelated. One time I got hand sanitizer in my eye in high school because this kid, he was like throwing hand sanitizer up in the air. You know, it's like pretty what's that called? It sticks together.
Okay.
Like all the like the glob of hand sanitizer sticks together.
Oh, you're not talking about like a bottle. You're talking about the actual
he
hand
had
sanitizer.
squirted hand sanitizer on his
Right.
hand. He was like throwing it up in the air and then catching it. And he like threw it way off. And I was just like walking down the hall and like God just like hated me that day. So it went under like between my glasses and my eye and like got all in my eye. And my eye burned for the rest of the day because I had hand sanitizer in my eye.
I'll tell you what though.
What?
You got a clean eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go to visit Snoop Dizzy Dizzard. He's also an eye doctor.
He's a wizard.
Yeah. And he goes, my God, man. This is the cleanest eye I've ever seen.
He specializes in eye cleanliness.
Yeah.
I think we should figure out who the woman is. Because we spent a lot of time talking about Snoop Dizzy Dizzard.
He's a good character.
He's a fun character. He's a very fun character.
All right, so the woman who lives in this dungaree camp. Well, okay, hold on. Do you want reality A, which is she lives in the dungaree factory and sells dungarees? Or reality B, she lives in a camp full of dungaree-wearing clanspeople?
Say A again.
She lives in the dungaree factory, which was her family's factory, and sells dungarees as like her how to get by. Or like how she trades them for like stuff that she needs.
I think I like the clan idea more, just because then I feel like she might have even more of a reason to be stubborn and want to stay at her home.
Yeah.
More conflict between her and Snoop Dizzy Dizzard.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm fine with either. That's why I brought him up.
Okay. Maybe her last name is Dungaree. Maybe her family. Maybe she's from a long lineage of Dungaroos.
The Dunkaroo.
The Dungaree family.
The Dangarang.
The Danger.
Yeah. The Dungaree dynasty.
Yes.
Everybody loves alliteration, and there's some for you.
So her first name's got to be a D name.
Diana. Daisy.
The urgency with which you said that. Daisy. Delanor. Don't. I'm trying to think of a D, like a duh name, so we can even have like the assonance going on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
duh. Are there any D names, women's D names that start with duh?
Well, it's a post-apocalypse, so I don't think it has to be like an existing name.
Maybe her first name is also Dungaree.
Dungaree. No, her name is Dung-A-Ree.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Because she was born pre-apocalypse, right? And her parents were like big celebrities,
Yeah.
and they did like an Elon Musk or a Kanye West and named their child something just so fucking dumb. As like a PR thing.
Yeah, their last name was Ree, and then they were like, "Wait, we have a Dungaree business."
No. So they're the Dungarees, but they were like, yeah, the family.
Oh, so
Right.
her full name is Dung-A-Ree Dungaree.
Yes. But as a PR thing, because they were gonna make her like the mascot of the company,
Right.
they wanted her name to be Dung-A-Ree.
Right. Yeah. So her whole life has been defined.
Yes.
By the Dungaree.
And that's why she's so lonely, because she never makes friends because they're like, your name's dumb.
Yeah. So has she changed her name, or is that why she's still isolated?
Well, I mean, that depends. Are we going with the clan idea? Because if that's the case, then she's like royalty to them.
That's true.
She's not just some lowly dungaree washer, you know?
Yeah.
She is Dung-A-Ree.
Yeah, I think then, thinking about that, I would go with the second.
The clan.
The other idea, not the clan.
No,
Yeah.
the factory.
The factory.
Okay.
She just runs the factory, and then there's like a clan separate from her
Yeah. What, that worships her?
that buys. I don't know, because I like the idea of people worshiping her,
Yeah.
but I also like her being isolated, and I think we can have both.
I think we can have both. I think that's
She intentionally locks herself away, and people respect that because they worship her.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they respect it, but
Yeah.
that might give her some more like a mysterious air about her. Like no one's ever seen her or
And
something
that's why Snoop
like that.
Dizzard
Yep.
likes her, because he likes mysterious.
Because he's edgy.
Because he's edgy. Yeah. And he likes people who are mysterious because they don't talk, so it gives him more airtime to rap.
To freestyle.
To freestyle over
Oh.
Western, what do you call it?
West Coast
West
beats.
Coast beats.
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard coming for the dungarees. Wizzy Wizard. Once a week.
There's been about 5 times during this episode so far where I wanted to restart.
What do you mean?
We're already 30 minutes in, so I don't think we can do that.
You don't like Snoop Dizzy Dizzard?
No, it's very funny.
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard and Dung-A-Ree.
Holy shit. Okay.
Now we gotta figure out why Snoop Dizzy Dizzard drives Dung-A-Ree.
Yeah, we gotta figure out the other 75% of the storyline.
Can I just call her Dung?
Yeah.
Alright, great.
I think you should be fine with them.
Yeah.
So, the Dungaree factory gets attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, Snoop Dizzy Dizzard is there. And he drives her out of her home, literally, on his... Have we decided if it's a motorcycle or a yellow Schwinn yet?
You said it was a motorcycle, but if you really want it to be
I think it's
a yellow Walmart bike...
If it's a yellow Walmart bike, that would be so funny.
Alright, deal. A yellow... A black and yellow Walmart bike.
Black and yellow are fast colors.
That's right.
Because it looks like a bumblebee.
It looks like a bumblebee, exactly. And you know, when you have yellow stripes, they make you more aerodynamic.
That is true.
That's why there's if you go to paint like a car, like a race car, there's yellow and then there's racing yellow.
And the racing yellow paint costs much more.
It certainly does. But you know what? You can really feel the difference.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
So Snoop Dizzy Dizzard knew that because he used to own 10 Lambos or whatever.
Yeah, but none of them had racing yellow.
No, but he was like, shit, we're in the apocalypse, there's no more gas.
Yeah.
We gotta transition to some other mode of transportation.
Maybe he's become maybe part of his arc is that he has become like a very environmentally friendly person.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the apocalypse is happening, he's realized, the world's gone to shit. Like, I need to treat things with respect now.
Right.
That's why he rides a bike, not a motorcycle. Because there's no gas anyway. So
right.
I think he's got to ride a bike.
Well, I think a motorcycle could get you... You could have a motorcycle for a lot longer than you could have a car in an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because there's still gas in some places.
Yeah.
But people are probably going to hoard it. And it's like, a motorcycle is going to literally get you more miles per gallon of gas.
Yeah.
But I do agree that, at some point they're going to have to not, or figure out another thing that works. Maybe he's actually refining his alcohol to use as gas.
Oh my god.
To use as ethanol.
He's so versatile. Holy shit.
He's purifying all this fucking alcohol so that
That's why they call him the Dizzard.
That's why they call him the Dizzard, because he can make gas.
Holy shit. Maybe Snoop Dizzard comes to her factory because they're trading his gas for her dungarees.
Is this something that is like a one-time thing, or is this like he's like the milkman? He comes every week. He comes every week for like the weekly delivery.
I was picturing it like it was the first time he's ever been there.
Okay.
I pictured him being like from really far off.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And he's like coming to visit just because he's on like a mission to do something.
Yeah.
What were you picturing?
Well, I'm thinking that he can only talk in raps. Or in rhymes.
Yeah.
So he comes up and he's like, "Yo, it's Snoop Dizzy Dizzard coming to see Dungaree. Let's see what I got. No. Let's look at what I got and see what you can see." There you go. Flawless. Great. So he only talks in rhymes, and but he comes to trade his gas because word gets around.
Yeah.
These dungarees, high quality.
High quality, yeah.
He wants to get himself some dungarees. So he's like going on a big adventure. Remember when I said the dual protagonist thing at the beginning? Maybe his thing is he's traveling to this dungaree factory because he's like, I need to buy some clothes because I'm going on like a big journey.
Yeah.
So this is just one stop on his journey.
Yeah.
But it's like one of the first stops.
I like that.
And then she obviously doesn't know that he's coming. And it's just, going about her day or whatever. But we established that she's very lonely.
Mm.
Or feels very lonely.
Yeah. And Snoop Dizzy Dizzard has got to be pretty lonely too.
Yeah.
Because he's been on the road on his bike for a very long time.
Yeah. So maybe...
Is this a romance movie?
I was thinking so. Maybe sort of at the end of the film, it's like they both get a lot of fulfillment out of being with each other because they went on this, adventure.
Yeah.
And then she agrees to go with him on his big journey. And then they're no longer lonely.
And I wonder what her motivation is for going on this journey.
Right.
Because her factory gets destroyed.
Okay.
In this battle.
Right.
So she's got like not much more to live for, because that's all she was living for.
Mm-hmm.
This dungaree we're talking about. So
the one and only.
What makes her decide to go on a journey?
Well, I think that we if we're taking the driven out of her home literally, then maybe like a rival clan attacks and they like destroy the factory.
Yeah.
But she usually stays up in like the admin part of the factory, which is like way up high. And she needs to like they're like fighting off the other clan, you know, her clan's people fighting the other clan's people.
Yeah.
This big battle, whatever. But then they like, you know, the factory's like going up in flames.
Yeah.
And she's stuck up there. She's like, ah, shit. I'ma die.
Yeah.
And so she's like freaking out. Snoop Dizzy Dizzard
Pulls up on his yellow Schwinn. Somehow gets to the top of a warehouse.
We could have him do like a sick BMX scene where he's jumping from like railings.
We should just have. I feel like there could be a lot of action scenes in this movie. I keep picturing like Mad Max-esque action scenes
with a Matthew McConaughey love story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Glad we're on the same page.
But instead of cars with like dudes who play guitars, it's just like yellow Schwinns with guys who freestyle rap.
Bikes with guys who like to rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got the rhyme in there.
Yeah. Maybe each bike is a different genre of music. So
oh my god! You just opened a whole new thing.
It could be a musical. It could be a romance action musical.
Okay, so this is live on stage.
Oh, you're thinking this is a play? Oh, fuck. Oh, wow.
Live on stage, romance action musical. Because then Snoop Dizzy Dizzard could literally do the BMX performance live on stage.
And it would be Snoop Dogg, so we'd have to train him for like 5 years. By that time, he'd be pretty old. How old is Snoop Dogg?
He's got to be very old. 50s at least. I think he's in his mid-50s. He's actually exactly 50, never mind.
Wow. So, it would be hard to do, but I think we could teach Snoop Dogg, or Snoop Dizzy Dizzard, how to be a professional BMX rider. So that when they go on tour, when they perform, and he has to do this like 20 times in a row, each and every day, he doesn't fall and die.
So maybe instead of, or there can still be these warring clans, but maybe they're genre based.
Like each clan is a different genre of music.
So maybe Snoop Dizzy Dizzard is the last of the rappers.
The last rap bender.
The last rap bender. Yeah. He's the last rhyme slinger.
What's the Dungaree clan? What's their...
Well, it's dungarees. They look like hillbillies.
Their genre
They're
of
like
music
bluegrass.
Okay, yeah, there we go. And the attacking clan, what would attack bluegrass?
Yeah.
Probably like dubstep. I
EDM.
think dubstep, EDM.
EDM, like the ravers.
Yeah, they would... Yeah.
They all wear the reflective...
And they would have a kizzard. Ketamine wizard. And there's a final showdown between the Dizzard and the Kizzard.
Yeah. So it's the unlikely alliance between the last rhyme slinger and the bluegrass dungaree clan.
Yeah.
Imagine the score for this.
That would be...
The clans fighting and all these different types of music playing at one time. So it's like bluegrass and EDM.
The soundstage is
rapping over it.
Would it be like the songs would actually be conflicting, or would it be one piece?
Well, I think
that has just completely conflicting instrument.
I think during the battle they could be conflicting. But I think as you're setting up your like motifs and stuff, you can do like a little bit of bluegrass, and then maybe at one point Snoop is like trying to woo dungaree,
and he's a rapping where they add rap in with bluegrass.
Yes. Wow. And then when he's because he talks in rhymes, when he's going to confront, maybe this is before they actually battle, when he's going to confront the EDM clan. They're like...
Wait, what kind of clothes would the EDM clan be? Like, is there another factory with, like, clothing? Like the dungaree clan?
Yeah, sure. So I was thinking they'd be wearing... have you ever been to or seen, like, a rave?
Yeah.
Like one of the big, like, dance festivals or anything like that? They're all wearing either basically nothing, And what I mean by that is quite literally basically nothing. Like, not in, like, a conservative, like, oh, she's wearing basically, like, literally basically nothing.
Yeah.
Or really high-vis, reflective, colorful clothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
This really reminded me of Mad Max.
It's like the chrome, like, pieces. They're not actually chrome, but it's like a vinyl material that is reflective, and it reflects in different colors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
God, what's that word? Pearlescent, maybe?
Yeah, pearlescent. and they all have, like, glow sticks and the gloves with the little lights on the end.
Oh, yeah. And they got, like, those balls that, like, light up that they, like, swing around. Those are their weapons.
Yeah.
They got, like, the lowrider, like, they got the lowrider bicycles.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Swing their, like...
The lowrider, like, the green machines?
Yeah.
With the 3 plastic wheels?
Yeah.
Okay. So they ride around on green machines.
And they drift. They're really good at drifting in the green machines. But they're not very fast because, you know, they're green machines.
Well, the wheels are only...
The wheels are fucking massive.
Are only that big.
Yeah. No gear shifting at all. But they insist on using green machines.
Okay, wow. So this took a turn. We still have yet to cast our woman.
Who would play... I feel like we gotta just, like, learn more about her.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we don't. Because with Snoop Dogg, we just said, like, it's gonna be Snoop Dogg, and we built the character around that.
Right, okay. So, we don't really have to know that much about the woman. I mean, I think she's still pretty important.
Could be Snoop Dogg's favorite lady. Martha Stewart.
The
Martha Stewart. You know how well they get along.
Oh, wow, interesting. I do know how well they get along.
Yeah.
An interesting casting choice indeed. I'm for it.
I mean, I don't really know anything about Martha Stewart except for that she is friends with Snoop Dogg and she has a cooking show.
Yes.
Like, who is she? What does she do?
She's friends with Snoop Dogg and has a cooking show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think she's, like, probably acted in the past, but
yeah,
I don't know if there's anything, like, super... Well, there probably are some notable things, but...
Probably.
I don't quite know enough about her. But, so she is dungarees.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, the Dizzard Wizard.
Dizzard Wizard.
The Dizzy Wizard.
Sounds like a Dairy Queen treat.
The Dizzy Wizard. It could be a blizzard, but it's got alcohol in it. It's the Dizzy Wizard.
That's like a side gig.
And then they'll go, boop.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, whoa.
Maybe there's a scene. So, Snoop Dizzy Dizzard, he's really good at making these dizzy blizzards. So what he does...
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard makes his dizzy blizzards.
Yeah.
Okay. We are basically writing a West Coast Snoop-era rap song. I just want you to be aware of this.
Oh, man.
This is the type of rap that they were making.
Talking about blizzards.
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard.
Snoop Dizzy Blizzards.
Making his dizzy blizzards.
Are there any other gizzard?
Lizard. With lizard gizzards?
Is there anything else?
Chocolate? I don't know.
It's pretty close in rhyme. Fuck, what was I going to say? I'm picturing a scene. I remembered it.
Alright. Scene time.
I'm picturing a scene. It's like the first scene where you're like, oh, there's something kind of going on here between Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart. Like there's an inkling of romance here.
Inkling.
And what that is that Martha Stewart, she really likes ice cream.
Okay.
But she hasn't had it in ages.
Yeah.
But Snoop Dizzy Dizzard, because he used to make these dizzy blizzards, he has the materials with him. So he makes her one, and she's kind of like stubborn at first. You know, she's like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, just try one bite. But he puts it into rap, of course.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh,
Snoop Dizzy Dizzard made you this dizzy blizzard. Now you gotta eat
it
or else.
Put it down your gizzard.
Yeah, put it down your gizzard.
So she does. She puts it down her gizzard.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart puts the Dizzy Blizzard down her gizzard. And she like doesn't want to say it, but it's really good. And they get drunk off these blizzards. And it's in the morning when they're like hungover, like things kind of like seem all right. It's like, oh, this is nice. They're having a good time together. It's at that moment that the attack happens.
The attack. And there's a whole like orchestral score, but actually it's bluegrass and EDM.
Yeah.
Like in conflict.
Just not even like same tempo.
No. Well, how can they be?
Yes. Yeah.
Think about it. Bluegrass. EDM.
Yeah. They're a little bit conflicting in terms of everything.
And then
in terms of everything.
There's the one rhyme slinger. The last rhyme slinger.
So do they actually go on a journey? Because what we set up seems like there's going to be this conflict between the EDM gang.
I think they're going on an emotional journey.
Emotional journey. Okay. What city are they in? What's their setting?
Well, I'm thinking like Vegas, like Nevada.
Oh, really?
Because Snoop Dogg will come from the West Coast.
Right.
Yeah. He's taking a journey from the West Coast to like New York or like Chicago or something.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know if you know this, some of the biggest EDM festivals are in Vegas and or Nevada area. Because it's just big open spaces with nothing.
Yeah.
And they just set up a stage out there and everybody dies of heat exhaustion. But, you know, whatever.
That's fine.
That's fine. So I'm thinking it's somewhere around there. Because then we could just make it very Mad Max style.
Yeah, it would be very Mad Max, but on bikes. Which is
pedal
better.
Bikes, yeah.
Objectively better.
Or if we wanna really play in to the Snoop Dizzy Dizzard, this could be in like northern Yukon. Because
why?
There can be a blizzard.
Oh man. And I feel like in the Yukon there'd be quite a demand for dungarees.
You know what? You're right. There's also a demand for them in like Louisiana, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. They're like wading. You can like wade through like rivers and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they exactly keep you warm.
Yeah, I don't either. It just seems like something people up there would wear.
Yeah. Well, I don't own any dungarees.
I don't either. I didn't know anything about dungarees until today.
Yeah, until about
52 minutes ago. To me. Is there any difference between dungarees and
overalls?
Yeah.
Well, I actually think dungarees are a brand name.
Oh.
But I think they're famous for that style of overall.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
And by that I mean I have no basis for that whatsoever except for what we looked up.
Very smart people.
Which all we did was go on their website.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they were a brand name. And so where do you want it? We have Nevada, dry Mad Max style, or northern Yukon, Snoop Dizzy Dizzard making his dizzy blizzards that go down your gizzard in a blizzard.
I think it would be funny to be up in the Yukon.
Okay.
Because what I'm picturing now is Mad Max, but in the snow. And also they have bikes.
Right.
And these are not fat bikes. These are not like, I live in Wisconsin and I need to get around town all year long. This is like, I live in California and I don't have to worry about snow or ice ever bikes.
Right.
So they're trying to ride their bikes, but it is completely not possible.
Right. So Snoop came from Northern California, and he came on this long journey to come get some dungarees because he's going to the North Pole.
What does everybody know about the North Pole? You gotta have dungarees.
That's right.
They don't let you in if you don't have dungarees.
That's right. He's on a self-fulfillment journey to go to the North Pole.
So, we still don't know, like, the last 75% of the movie. Like, what happens? We have, like, the ending. Like, he fights Snoop Dizzy Dizzard, fights the EDM wizard, who is actually a kizzard, because he does ketamine, because he's a raver.
Yeah.
What happens in between?
In between?
The rest of the movie. What is the rest of the movie?
Well, I think he gets an insight into the lucrative dungaree business.
Oh.
Because everybody wants them. Everybody needs them.
Right.
It's cold. The Yukon.
Yeah.
What else do they got? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Nothing. So he gets this look into the lucrative dungaree business, and his arc is that he kind of realizes how lonely the woman who I forgot who we casted for Martha Stewart how lonely Martha Stewart is, you know, in this dungaree clan.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, everyone's, you know, doing everything she says at her beck and call, but she's like, she just wants a friend, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want a friend. But then, you know, he's got to go out because he has to source more alcohol.
Yeah.
For his alcohol purifying process.
And he's also an alcoholic.
So he needs to go source more alcohol. And he comes across, you know, the EDM clan. And they don't know that he was talking to the dungaree clan. He's just, like, there. He's just, like, traveling through. Same thing he was doing with the dungaree clan. He's just traveling through.
Right.
So he goes there, and he's just there to, like, buy some stuff from them. So either some alcohol, whatever. He's buying some stuff from them, and then he kind of, like, overhears that they're, like, planning to attack the dungaree factory.
Oh.
Like, you know, something he shouldn't hear.
That.
And then maybe he gets caught being somewhere where he shouldn't be, or he just goes back and he, like, warns the dungaree clan so they, like, prepare for battle.
Yeah. And then that's the movie?
Well, it's a stage performance now.
I forget about that. Wow.
It is performed live on stage.
We gotta have a band too because it's musical.
Yeah, it is a musical. Shit. That's right. I mean, look, it could still be a movie.
Yeah. Maybe it would be adapted into a play or into a movie after the original. So I feel like there's got to be how long does the Snoop Dizzy Dizzard stay in town with Martha? Because I feel like if this is still a romance play, how long? Because like there's got to be some more things that happen between them that builds their relationship.
How long does he stay with the dungaree clan?
Before he goes off to the EDM clan and then comes back.
I think, well, if we're thinking in terms of a theater, I mean, that's probably a full act. Like, just figuring out who they are and explaining who he is and sort of, like, getting a idea of the inner workings of the clan, you know?
Yeah.
But then maybe he's like, oh, I got to get going now. I got to, you know. Like, he doesn't actually want to stay at that point.
Right.
And then his next stop is the EDM clan. And that's where he hears that they're going to attack. And then he's like, oh, shit, I got to go back now.
Yeah. And that's the end of the second act.
Yeah.
And then the last act is just the battle.
Yes.
And then the victory.
And then the victory, and then Martha Stewart deciding that she wants to go with Snoop Dogg on his journey
to the North Pole.
To the North Pole for self-fulfillment.
So I got like one last plot question.
Okay.
What happens to Martha during the second act? Because so far the second act is like Snoop leaves, learns that they're going to be attacked.
What happens to Martha during the second act?
What's her arc like? Does she begin to realize that she likes Snoop Dizzy Dizzard for some reason? Because I feel like maybe she doesn't like him too much at first, and then she like something else happens.
I don't know, because if she thinks he's just like permanently leaving, I don't know. Is she a main character at this point? Sounds like she's just a side character.
Sorry, Martha, we kind of sidelined you. Oh man.
Because if she's a main character, then we can have a few scenes of the second act that like she's in. But at this point, it sounds like it is Snoop Dizzy Dizzard's story. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of sounded like that from like
minute 5.
Minute 5, yeah. We had the idea for dessert, and we couldn't go back.
That's right.
Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of satisfied.
So now we have to come up with our log line for what the fuck.
Oh
this
yeah,
story
I
is.
forget this is a podcast about loglines.
That's right. You know, sometimes it might not feel like it,
Yeah.
but here we are.
So,
All right.
a lone biker, a lone drunkard biker.
A lone biker who likes to drink, or a lone alcoholic biker.
A lone alcoholic biker who likes to drink.
In parentheses, pedal bike. We gotta make sure that's very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow Schwinn. A lone alcoholic biker who is the last of his kind, because he's the last rhyme slinger.
The last rhyme slinger alive.
Must
aid
Must-
a bluegrass
must aid the bluegrass loving dungaree clan
on his journey.
No, must aid the bluegrass dungaree clan in their battle against the
Dreaded EDM.
EDM clan and their leader.
Oh yeah, who's the
Gizzard.
yeah, I forgot about the gizzard.
Great.
Wow, that's a sentence.
Yeah. I mean, are you good with that?
Yeah.
So let's give it a let's
I'm
give
good
it a
with it.
full read through.
A lone alcoholic biker, yellow the last rhyme slinger alive, must aid the bluegrass-loving Dungaree clan in their battle against the dreaded EDM clan and their leader, the Gizzard.
Great. That was
Wow.
fantastic. Oh man.
Oh.
I would make that. I would make that.
Yeah. I feel like I could say that about like all the ideas that we've had so far, because they're all just so stupid
Yeah.
that like it would be fun just to spend like ages like working out
Oh,
the
man.
specifics of this.
No, that's great.
So a name is our last.
Oh, a name, yes. I mean, I don't just want to call it the last rhyme slinger.
I mean, yeah, it feels like a cop out, but also it's really good.
It is really good. The last rhyme slinger and the tail
Plus Martha Stewart,
plus Martha Stewart.
featuring Martha Stewart.
We'll put featuring Martha Stewart at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last rhyme slinger and the tale of the Dungaree Blues.
Wait, hold on, say that again.
The last rhyme slinger
The last.
and the tale of the Dungaree Blues.
Dungaree.
But spell it dung a re.
Oh no! Is this hyphenated? Is her name hyphenated?
No, it's dung
A like
a
period.
yeah re.
Oh.
And then
I gotta add colon here.
in parentheses featuring
Oh god.
Martha Stewart. Great. That is just fantastic.
Wow.
The last rhyme slinger and the tale of the Dung A Re Blues, featuring Martha Stewart. Wow. That was great.
How hard would
loved
it be to
that.
convince? If you had an elevator pitch to that, would it be possible
To
in
convince someone to make it.
any version of our reality? Could we convince somebody to make that?
Honestly, as a stage play, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it's basically a musical, I think you could.
Yeah.
Make it a movie? Nah, maybe not.
Yeah.
But
Make a lot more
stage
money.
play? I think you could do that.
Especially if we need Martha Stewart and
Well,
Snoop Gizzard.
you know, they didn't get the real Jack Sparrow for the Pirates of the Caribbean
That's true.
ride at Disney.
They didn't get
you
the
know?
real Harry Potter for the Harry Potter movies.
Right.
They got Daniel Radcliffe instead.
Yeah. That's right.
I mean, he's still pretty good, but he's no Harry Potter.
He's no Harry Potter. All right.
And that concludes.
That's episode 3.
episode.
The last rhyme slinger. Great. Thank you for being here. And you know what? Thank you, Julio.
Thank you, Rick. You know what that is?
What's that?
That's some recall humor.
That's a callback right there.
Yeah, callback.
People love a good callback. All right. Yes. Thank you for watching. Watch the next one, and well, if this episode ever comes out, we'll see you next time. Bye.